bring me down. Can't none bring me down. The love is too high to bring me down. Can't none bring me down. I said, clap along if you feel like a room.
Hey everybody, it's Alphonse and welcome to another edition of 21 Questions. This is the first episode in which I get to acknowledge the YouTube community because this is the first episode that is uploaded with YouTube in mind. So, hey YouTube, for those who are still following this podcast from SoundCloud, just know, because you probably should have noticed already, that I'm no longer going to archive these 21 Questions episodes on SoundCloud. You'll still get the most recent one, but the archive is going to be on YouTube. Eventually, I'm going to have most of my operation over on YouTube. Still have to figure out the logistics behind that, but that's coming. Someday will no longer be on SoundCloud, and that'll be a weird feeling, but I don't really mind that much because I'll get as much space as I want for free with YouTube. Anyway, 21 Questions. It's a podcast I record within the confines of my car in which I go through and answer 21 questions revolving around a certain theme each week. This week's theme is light because it's the first episode of the semester and I figured, hey, let's start it off on a positive note because we all need positivity in our lives and all that jazz. So let's get the ball rolling. Question 1. Do you consider yourself an optimist or a pessimist? You know, to be pretty honest, it's interesting in that I feel I'm a pessimist about my own things, but an optimist for others. Because, to be frank, I believe that a lot of the people I know are capable of such great things, and it's neat that a lot of my friends I have are doing great things, and so I just make sure to be positive for them, cheer them on, encourage them to do amazing things. But I find it difficult to drum up that kind of inspiration in myself. I don't know how much I want to delve into it right now. That might be another episode, but I don't have the greatest self-confidence. And as a result, yeah, I do feel pessimistic about myself a lot of the times. It's definitely something I'm trying to shape up because I do want to be as optimistic about my own things as I am about other people's things. I certainly drum up optimism and enthusiasm in a lot of things to do, especially these creative things they do on the side, like 21 Questions and a whole bunch of other stuff. Anyway, so I'm both an optimist and a pessimist, as in I'm a pessimist towards myself, but an optimist towards others. Question 2. What is something positive that happened to you today? As of Wednesday, which is when I record this, the best thing that happened to me today, most positive I guess, was that I got to be with friends and have a fun time, relatively fun time, singing at Glee Club rehearsal. Just saying, Glee Club is not always perfect, but I generally find a way to enjoy singing because singing generally lifts my spirits really easily. So yeah, so I'm gonna go with Glee Club because I just came out of it. I feel like I'm on a high, so yeah, that's just how I feel about that. Question 3. What's something negative that happened to you today? Something negative that happened to me today was probably Orgo lecture because that class is just really boring. And the frustrating thing is that what's being taught in lecture is straight out of the notes and it's just being regurgitated to us, which means that I, on my own time, should be able to just go through and just read through the notes and I'll be fine. But I have to still go attend class because they keep track of attendance. And I don't know, I never feel like I can use my time productively within a lecture setting as much as I try to. So yep, Orgo lecture is something negative that happened today, but I suppose it's honestly not that bad of a negative. So yeah, I honestly feel like this day was overall pretty good. Question 4. What's something you're looking forward to doing next week? Do you count the weekend as next week? It's happening within this week. So this weekend I actually finally have just time to myself. I'll be able to catch up on my studies. And I'm stoked about that because I am just really, really determined to set myself straight this semester, get myself on a positive foot that can move forward. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to a weekend where I can just focus on myself. Question 5. What's something you're looking forward to in the next few months? Black Panther is coming out in a few weeks. Coming out February 15th. Well, that's when the night showings are. Official release date is the 16th of February, but you know how movies work with their early showings and all that jazz. But I'm pumped for the movie. I love that the reviews that have been coming in have been all pretty good. So I'm excited to watch that. I'm aiming to watch that as soon as I finish my Orgo exam, my first one, on Sunday the 18th. Then I want to be able to like snap watch it so I can reward myself for studying really, really badly. So I'm just stoked for Black Panther. I've kept up with all of the MCU films and yeah, it's gonna be so good. Can't wait. Question 6. Are you a morning person or a night person? I'm a tad more of a morning person than I'm a night person. As in, it's not like I can get up that easily in the mornings. Like, I'll still take a bit. I'm tired, I'm groggy. Basically, it takes time for me to actually get awake. So it's not like I'm just, bam, out of bed right in the morning. But definitely feel like that when, upon myself getting awake, I am just awake. And I feel pretty good about it. And it's really funny seeing people in the morning and they're just look so tired. And here I am just all, hey, how you doing? And yeah, again, going back to how I answered that first question, I really wish that my physical enthusiasm can match my overall mental enthusiasm. We'll see if it gets there. But yeah, I'm definitely more of a morning person. I will definitely have to sleep at some point in the night. Unless it were like summer, I'd be able to stay up a tad longer. But yeah, I generally just prefer being awake during the morning, in the afternoon. It's like early night, so as in sleeping by midnight or 1 latest. Question 7. Do you have any food that you particularly eat when you are stressed? It always varies, but it's typically something that I like, which means it's something that's not the healthiest thing to eat. Generally, I'm the type that if I am feeling sad or very frustrated, I'll want to go and eat something because I feel like that helps focus my attentions on a positive vibe. At my core, I have this very irrational thing that I feel in which I have to make sure that the very last thing I do was a pleasant thing, especially when I eat. And if I don't have a pleasant feeling, then that just greatly affects my mood. Very, very weird, I know, and it's definitely something that I have to do my best to control because can't always have certain tastes all the time. Maybe, yeah, so in general, I don't really have the specific food. I just kind of eat lots of food that I like, and it's often junk food. So, yeah. Question 8. Do you make your bed in the morning? Yes, I do. It may not be the first thing that I do in the morning, but at least before I go down for breakfast, I will always fix my bed. People are definitely right when they say that making your bed helps a ton with helping you get awake. To explain what I feel going through it, just so you have insider scoop, a witness, I don't know what the term is, but anyway, when I go make my bed, my mind starts actively thinking a little more because I have to think about making sure everything's neat and I'm getting my muscles moving, my legs are moving, my arms are moving. So I definitely get the sense of getting awake gradually. So yeah, if you want to get more awake, I'd start by making your bed. Question 9. What's one of the moments where you remember yourself being very happy? When I was in the old city in Dubrovnik and I just started exploring, and then all of a sudden we got to the port part of Dubrovnik. All of a sudden my mind glowed like my imagination spurred as I was with my eyes seeing something that you never really see very often, this very picturesque setting that you can't really find elsewhere. It made my mind bustle, and it felt so cool that I was here in such a unique spot in the world. There are a few other moments where I felt happier. I can't necessarily recall them off the top of my head, but this is just a very recent moment that definitely made me very enthusiastic, very happy, and it goes without saying that if you ever get the opportunity to travel, you should take it, because you get the opportunity to get a lot of these happy moments by seeing a whole bunch of new experiences, new scenery. I'd recommend it. It's cool, it's fun, and yeah. I definitely had a ton of moments when I did feel super happy. But this old city, Dubrovnik, is one that I can describe a bit easily for you guys. So yeah. Question 10. Do you think there's difference between joy and happiness? Wow, this is a deep question. When I think of joy and happiness, I feel like the difference is in time. And that if you're feeling joy, then it's a more long-term form of happiness. Happiness, I feel, is always something that is intense, but also short-lived, especially in comparison to what I feel about joy. That's what I'm gonna go with. That joy feels longer than happiness, although both are pretty synonymous with each other. Question 11. What are some things you do to distress? Definitely listen to music. Music generally helps me feel better. Also listen to certain funny videos, certain podcasts, and other things in which people discuss stuff. Those are definitely the go-to things. Listening to music, listening to media. It's fun. Question 12. What are 3 words you think people use to describe you? Energetic, creative, and friendly. Yeah, those are 3 words. That works. If you know what? Oh, I can actually do this now. If you're listening to on YouTube or SoundCloud, because you can actually do it there as well. But anyway, leave a comment down below about what 3 words you would use to describe me. Yeah, so 3 words: energetic, creative, friendly. I'd say describe me. I think that's how people envision me. If I were to look at myself, I'd be a bit harsher on myself. Yeah, but that's not what the question's asking, so you don't have to worry about that. Question 13. What is your favorite time of day? The middle of the day. Especially around lunchtime, because lunchtime you get to have a big hearty meal, and then the bulk of your day is going to be happening during that afternoon. Generally, I feel like I'm the least productive during the 2 extremes of the day, like the beginning of the day, end of the day. Not much productivity going on, for me at least. So I like the middle. Question 14. Do you tan easily? I'm pretty certain I do. At least I don't sunburn as easily, because I got that Filipino skin. Yeah, I feel like I tan pretty easily. So when it's summer, I become a lot darker than I am during the fall winter time. Question 15. Do you have a sunroof in your car? Yes, I do. It's not something I personally like putting on myself because I don't need it. But yeah, I have it. It's there if people want to tinker around with it, I guess. Question 16. Have you ever done yoga? No, I have not done yoga, and I definitely feel like it's something that I should do at some point. I hear it's a nice practice. I hopefully can find a way to incorporate it into my life somehow. Question 17. What song is the ultimate instant mood booster? Ooh. I have a lot that I consider this. I'm tied on 2, so I'm just gonna do 2. One is more known than the other, I think. The more known one is Sober Up by AJR. Having violins in a song is the fastest way to win over my heart. So that's one thing. And it's just catchy and interesting, fascinating, very meaningful lyrics too. So I like Sober Up. The other one is one that also gets me pumped. There is an artist named Boga who has something called Nowhere to Run. It's like a remix of this other song that I don't know the name of on the top of my head, but it sounds really cool. It was used in the trailer for Baby Driver, which is a good movie. I'd recommend watching it. But yeah, this song just gets me pumped. It's just so cool sounding. It's perfect music for like a car chase or any cool action scene, and it gets me pumped. So that also will help bring my positive vibes up. So yeah, I'm gonna cheat to do a little bit with question 17 and go say those two songs. Sober Up by AJR and Nowhere to Run by Boga. Question 18. Do you think that realists tend to be more on the optimistic or pessimistic side? I definitely think they're more pessimistic because they always have to consider the possibility that things won't go as well for them as we'd like. I'd be really interested about an argument that realists are optimists. So if anyone has anything to talk about with that, put it down in the comments. Question 19. What's the best feel-good movie you've seen? Can't say it's the best, but it's definitely the one in most recent memory that I can definitely imagine would be pretty feel-good. And that would be Sing, which is interesting. A very mediocre movie on all fronts, but super feel-good because you got all these great actors who happen to sing well, playing all these characters that are trying to get there, and they get there in their own ways, and there's cool singing, and it's just a fun time. But I definitely don't think it's a good movie in terms of quality, not at least in comparison to, say, anything that would win an Oscar or the MCU films or any of the other movies that I actually think are good. Sing is not a good film in that way, but it's definitely a feel-good film, and I think it does a pretty good job at that. Question 20. What makes you smile whenever you think about it? A lot of things. When I think of a cool idea, especially an idea for any of my creative interests, I will usually go geek out and then try to jot it down somewhere. Those definitely make me smile. Thinking of ideas makes me super enthusiastic, like, oh yeah, it's great. And I guess that produces a smile. But for this question, which is, I'm gonna go with that it asks for a bit of a softer smile. It's honestly whenever a friend, family member, just generally anyone who I care about is doing really well. Because I always wish for the best in the people I care about. So, yeah. Question 21. Last question. Can you sing Part of Happy by Pharrell Williams? Oh, yeah, I can. The song is also a pretty nice mood booster. Not the one I typically go to, because I just have other preferences, but Happy is also pretty good if you need a boost in the mood. So let's go ahead and sing the first verse and the chorus. Doom, 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 doom. It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Doom, 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 doom. Sunshine, she's here. You can take a break. Doom, 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 doom. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. Doom, 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 doom. With the air, like I don't care, baby. By the way, hey. Because I'm happy, clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy, clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy, clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy, clap along if you feel like that's what you wanna do. I have no clue how well I did the whole back and forth with the background vocals and the main melody, but we'll see. I'm just going to keep that in because, yeah, my voice is already a bit shot from all the singing I had to do during Glee Club rehearsal. So, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. And with that, those are your 21 questions for the week. To my YouTube folks, if you enjoyed the content, please like it, subscribe, and spread the word. Also, please be sure to follow the SoundCloud account, which, for now, will have all my musical stuffs that I do, mainly mashups. There'll probably be more as we go. I hope you all have a great day. See you guys soon.